Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. It's your boy B. I don't know. I don't know what to call myself. I'm not on first name basis yet, right? No. But, anyways, it's dark. Should I hold it up here? Should I hold it down here? Should I hold it anywhere? I don't know. Out, in, everywhere? Who knows? I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm no cinematographer. I don't know what the best camera angles are for anything. Just winging it. I'll figure it out as I go. Who knows? Maybe I'll get really good at it. We'll see. But anyhow, I want to go over some of the gear that I was wearing, or all of the gear that I was wearing the day of the accident, and just kind of show the damages that was done and show how surprised I am that there was a lack of damage from considering how fast that I went down at. It was about between 25, 30 miles an hour when I supermaned off the bike and hit the pavement. It's the first accident I've ever been in, and I comp it up to the camera. I was wanting to show off, and of course when you get in that overzealous mode of wanting to show off, you tend to fuck up, and I fucked up royally. Man. But anyways, I want to go over the gear that I was wearing during the accident and kind of go over the damages that occurred and or the lack of, because I went down about 25, 30 miles an hour and supermaned right into the pavement. And for going as fast as I did and hitting the pavement, I am quite surprised that there wasn't as much damage to my gear as I was expecting. I didn't get any road rash at all, which I'm thankful for, because that shit hurts. But so all my gear took whatever sliding I did, took whatever impacts that I had, and negated most of the injuries that I could have possibly sustained if I didn't have gear on in the first place. So gear, man, it's important. Head to toe. You know, you never know when you're gonna go down, and it doesn't matter how fast you're going. You hit the pavement, you got impacts. It can really mess up your day, especially like when you go down and your knee hits. That's a hard spot on your body. Something's gonna give. Pavement's not. So padding on your knees is important. I got padding on my hips. I got padding on my elbows, forearms, shoulders, back, shins, I believe. I mean, I got padding that covers everything. So I got lucky. The shoes were probably the one thing that I shouldn't have been wearing. I should have put my boots on that I have, because they have a lot more support in the ankles, and they're kind of like a ski boot type thing. They're super stiff, so I wouldn't have had as much flexion as the shoes. But I wasn't wearing them. Can't do anything about that now. But anyways, let's take a look at these gloves. So all my gear is Dainese, except for the helmet. I have two helmets, well, three actually, but I don't wear the third one. I have a Shoei 1400F. I have the Bell Race Star, and then I have the Icon. Can't remember the name of it. But we'll go over these gloves. They're the Dainese. I can't think of the name of them. They were the 2-stroke, 4-stroke D2s or something like that. They're a really nice leather glove, shorty, really comfortable. So if you watched the previous video when I had my accident, you'd notice that I Supermaned off the bike, and unfortunately I'm not Superman. I didn't go up, I went down right into the pavement. And so by the looks of it, would have came down on my palms, and looks like my left knee were the only 2 contact points on the front of my body. So the palms here have a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. So my palms didn't last very long on the ground. I got a little bit of scuffs on the plastic palm piece that protects, and then some scuff on the side of that. My hands are absolutely fine, palm-wise. I don't have any pains at all. A little bit of scuff on the side of my right hand palm. Nothing on the fingers. Now if we flip these over, I got some scuffs going on my fingers here. And not really any scuffs on my left hand. The only scuffs on my left hand is around the knuckle area. A little bit above the knuckle. But all in all, my hands didn't spend too much time hitting the ground. I did hurt my right thumb and index, and I'm guessing that was when I came flying off the bike. My thumb probably was still onto the handlebar, and it like pulled it up this way. That'd be my only guess. So we'll look at the pants next. And the pants really surprised me, because the only damage that I got on the pants is the knee, my left kneecap. And it's just like this little spot here. It frayed a little bit. It didn't make any holes. So when I came down, I must have just like bam, bounced right off the road. And going over the pants more, like there are no other signs of damage. Cat fur all over. So all in all, like the pants, man, they just got that little bit of damage on the knee. So when I Supermaned off the bike, I must have palms kind of bounced me with my knee, and then it threw me over, so I started rolling. So then my jacket, look at the front of it first, since that's the way I would have came down. Alright. So I had my wallet in my right side pocket. I had my phone in my left side pocket. And my phone's pretty thick. It's the Fold 2. And it's a pretty thick and hefty phone. And so when I Supermaned off the bike, I was expecting some damage to my phone, but surprisingly, my upper body, for the front of it anyways, never touched the ground. There's no damage towards the front of my jacket. So if I came down and I rolled to my left, so we'll look at my left sleeve. I have a little bit of fraying on my elbow, but not really a whole lot. So I didn't hit very hard there. The back of my jacket looks really good. Got a back protector, but didn't need it, obviously. The right sleeve has the most damage. As we can see, my forearm has protection there. Ripped open my jacket, my elbow area. It's got some scuffs and rips. So the impact of my right side rolling over, I must have just like elbowed and hit the road pretty damn good. And that probably took off a lot of my momentum. Right there was my right arm, I bet. And then the other damage that I noticed was up in the shoulder area, just in front. But all in all, that's not a whole lot of damage done, considering how fast I came off the bike and at what speed I was going. Then if we take a look at the helmet, this is the Bell Raystar. I had GoPro on, and GoPro doesn't have any damage whatsoever. No damage on Micardo. And for the most part, I don't see any scuffs or impacts to my helmet at all. Got a little bit of white there, maybe a rock hit, I don't know, but the helmet looks as good as it did when I went out before the accident. My shoes that I was wearing these. They're the Dainese Yorkshire. They got ankle support and padding. But for safety, that's pretty much all they have is that ankle support and padding. You got your shift zone, but there's no hard toe, and the flex of the toe, it's kind of stiff, but it's not the greatest. These are what I should have been wearing when I went for the ride. These are like ski boots, man. No flex at all. They're really stiff all the way up, so keep your leg, ankle, your shin, foot all pretty much well protected, and they fit nice and tight, so my left foot inside wouldn't shift around a lot. Most of the damage that my body took was my left foot and my calf muscle and parts of my leg, my left leg, lower leg. I do have some sores on my hip, and my right shoulder hurts a little bit, but I think most of the pain was pretty much right in my left foot. First I thought it was broken. Oh man, it was horrible. When I came off the bike and I got up, I just bounced up and didn't really think of much at the time. I just wanted to get my bike, get it off, get going, you know. So I was ignoring a lot of the pain and doing stuff that you really shouldn't do. You know, jumping up like that can be really bad, especially if I did break my leg or anything like that. I could have, made it even worse. But luckily, it wasn't broken. I was just very well bruised. I do have a kind of like a race suit that has an airbag in it. It's all leather. It's a two-piece, zips together. It has protection everywhere. Like something that I should have been wearing, but unfortunately I'm a little too big now to fit into it, so I can't really wear it anymore. It sucks because it was a really expensive piece of safety equipment, and I outgrew it. Trying to figure out, I might cut down to a point to where I can fit into it again, but at this time I can't fit. It's really tight in the arms and the shoulders and chest, so I really don't have much movement there, and my legs are starting to get tight. It's kind of the downfalls of bodybuilding and trying to get into like a men's physique type stuff. So one of the small sacrifices that I had to make. But I just wanted to go over my gear, what kind of damage it took. I believe gear is really important, and the type of gear, like the brand of gear. Yes, there's decent gear out there for cheap, like Joe Rocket and stuff like that. But if you can afford it, I would highly recommend getting into companies that have their own R&D section. They do testing on their gear to make sure that it's actually going to protect you when you go down. And Dainese, I love Dainese. I love the look. It fits me really well. I know there's other companies like Alpinestars that are just as good. They're all well known in the race industry. You got Taichi, which is a Japanese market that's supposed to be really good, but they're super expensive. But I think right down the middle of the price range, where you're getting quality no matter what you're buying, I highly recommend Dainese. And after going down in it, I definitely recommend it a lot more, because it held up really well in a 25-30 mile an hour crash like I was in. I hope that no one ever has to get into a crash and test out their equipment, but I do suggest wearing everything, man. Wear your shoes, pants, coat, helmet, gloves. Try to get padding, if you I don't need you on my stuff there, buddy. Try to get some padding. Like, most important spots, your knees are weak when you're going down into the pavement. Unfortunately, I know someone that was on a scooter and they got in an accident, and when they went down, they went knee first, and I don't know how fast they were going when they went down, but it really messed up their knee, and it's been a month. They are still having problems getting their knees straight and doing all that. It can definitely change your mobility, change your life, So wearing proper equipment, it can save more than just your life. It can make it so you can walk the next day after an accident. You know, not a lot of people think about, yeah, I'm gonna go down, I'll be okay or something, but you know, 10 miles an hour going down on your knees is a lot of force. Bust your kneecap, bust all your tendons in your knee, do all kinds of stuff. So, you know, the more padding, more armor that you have on a motorcycle, it's what protects you. Nothing else does other than your riding, your driving skills. You know, polish up on those. Could I have made that corner if I was more experienced? Possibly. Yeah, I could have probably got more lean on it, or I could have slammed on my brakes. I never activated the anti-lock brakes. That's what they're there for, but I didn't hit them hard enough. I could have probably came to a stop or got really damn close to slowing down enough to where I could have made that turn if I really tried. But I mean, in situations like that, you end up panicking sometimes, and you do what you think's best at the moment. So I just kind of wanted to say that for, you know, maybe help someone out in the long run. But yeah, thanks for stopping by my channel, listening to what I have to say, and I hope that you subscribe, like, notification, and I'll be adding more videos periodically. I work 12-hour night shifts, so I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do get a lot of days off that I can do stuff on. So I'll definitely be making more content. My motorcycle's in the shop getting worked on right now, and as soon as it's back out, I'll be right back on it. I'm a motorcycle guy. I don't care much for cars, and that's who I am. I'll be adding some fitness videos to my channel eventually. Recording them's kind of difficult. I watch other fitness vloggers, I guess you could call them, and trying to see how they do it. A lot of them have people record them and stuff. I have my own kind of home gym that I work with. It's not much, but I'll try to get some content and, you know, see how it goes. I also do like circus arts and stuff, so I'll probably post some circusy shit on here. I just starting it, so I'll be learning it. Nothing fancy, not for any while of the time, but eventually maybe I'll be doing flips and cartwheels and trapeze and all kinds of weird stuff, you know. Right now I'm into the acro yoga, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.